Good afternoon and welcome to Daryllorette Cafe. I'm Daryllorette. So here we are at the end of another day. I just finished doing all my blogging, and I swear I just blogged a video from Yahoo called Showbiz Minute, and it was like after I finished blogging it, I said to myself, that is it. I'm finished. Oh man, what a day. I've been on the go since about 5 o'clock this morning. Anyway, currently I am still waiting to pay my rent. Very unusual situation here we got going on. One of the tenants who does some work for the previous owner and the current owner, I believe. I don't know if he's still doing any work for them, but he appears to be. Told me that he would come up and knock on my door when and I guess if she got here. Apparently she's stuck at some other property collecting the rent from other tenants of another building, I guess, that they manage. I am jealous. You better believe it. Yes, I have money here. I want to give you my money. Here, please take my money. I don't have anything else to do with it. Now that's how I feel. I was just thinking about this earlier today, and it's like, for the past decade I've been literally living in an apartment building where I literally have to chase the owner of the building, the quote-unquote owner of the building, around the building and beg them to take my money. Please, please, like I'm Kramer on Seinfeld. Please take my money, for God's sake. Let me pay my rent, for Christ. It's so frustrating. I mean, this is the weirdest, got to be one of the weirdest places I've ever lived in my life, and I'm still living here. This is the longest I've lived in any apartment in my entire life. I can only hope that I go from this place either to my grave, or I'm able to find a way to buy my own place, like an apartment or a condo or anything. Like, I'm so desperate. All I need, like, I have the maturity now and I have the credit. All I need is a job. If somebody were just to give me one really decent, good job, a really good acting job where I made some serious cash, like $30,000 or more. $30,000. I say $30,000 because that right there, that's the magic number where you literally are running your own business. You make $30,000 as an actor, and you're going to go down and register yourself as a business. That's what you pretty much have to do. So I'm told anyway. That's the magic number, 30,000. So let me make 30,000 or more, and I'll not only register myself as a business, I'll go buy myself a condo, for crying out loud. Anyway, I just put a pot of rice on the stove. I guess it's getting late. It's 10 to 5 right now, and I figure I better start cooking something for supper, because I'm going to be logging off the internet pretty soon, because it's pretty much the end of the day, and I like to spend at least a couple hours watching TV at night before I go to bed. That's the way I like to unwind by watching TV for some reason. I guess it's a habit I've had since I was a kid. It's probably not the best way to unwind. You're probably better off reading before you go to bed, which I have done as well, but reading before you go to bed is like a discipline. You're watching TV for 2 or 3 hours, and all of a sudden you got to pick up a book for less than a half hour. And, I usually read like a chapter, and then I put the book down and I go to bed. And I feel a little better because I got my head out of the TV, and I got my head into a book. It's a little more. I think it's a little more. It's a little more work for your noodle. You get your brain, when you got to read something. Your brain is. I think you got to concentrate. You gotta think, and I think your brain probably gets a better workout from reading just about anything, other than perhaps watching TV or that's why I like the internet so much, because you can read as much. You can read the news. You can read people's blogs and all kinds of stuff. And if you want to watch videos, you can do that too. So it's a really great medium where you can do lots of different stuff. You can mess around on websites, play video games and stuff like that, social media websites and stuff like that. So I am really glad I finally was able to buy a computer. I've had a computer for over 5 years now, and it took me. I've been wanting to get one since 1995, when they were really starting to get popular back in the mid 90s, and Windows was all the rage and all that. So it took me took me 10 years to finally buy my very first computer. So hallelujah. Anyway, that's it for me for today. This is Daryl Lorette here at Daryll Lorette Cafe, wishing you a good evening. We'll see you tomorrow.